Welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic with KayFray here, guys. Last time we left off, we had hit level 9, and we are looking at hitting level 10 in this video. I would highly recommend it, and I would love for you guys to hit that like button. Leave a comment below, let me know what is your favorite class of all time. Like what I said in the previous video, let me know what you're specifically looking at, or what specific class that you have loved from the beginning to the end, or is there a certain other classes that came into the time periods of each expansion that you just fell in love with more, or you fell in love with more than your previous class? Specifically me, I fell in love with the Hunter, or the Shaman and Warlock classes, and that's mainly two of my favorite classes from the beginning of time with Vanilla to Battle for Azeroth and all up to Battle for Azeroth. They have those two classes are my favorite. Specifically the Shaman class, the lightning, being able to control lightning in your hands, doing chain lightning, summoning totems to do fire elemental damage. It is my favorite class of all time. Second behind that is Warlock. But here and recently, I've been loving the Rogue class. I've been leveling it up. I have a level 88 Rogue on retail. So yes, please, I do recommend leave a comment below. Let's have a discussion. What is your favorite class? What is your highest level class? What is your lowest level class? Let's have a discussion. Let's have some fun with that. With that being said, moving on, let us go ahead and go to. We're going to go down here to go against Captain Perrin, and we're going to have to go against 3 more Zealots. And once we do that, let's go ahead and get rid of that. We can look up what exactly happens when we do that. At war with the Scarlet Crusade, we get 3 silver, so that is quite exceptional. That is good for our character because we are only at 5 silver and 83 copper, and we only can use so much money to improve our skills as a mage, improve the skills of our tailoring and enchanting. We have to spend money to learn those things. We have to spend money to repair our gear, so we got to be very considerate with our money. So an extra 3 silver would put us at 8 silver. And that is a good amount of money that we could use long term. So, like I said, let's go ahead and try to hit up level 10 by the end of this video is our goal right now. There is a Dark Hound that's running at us. There's a level 12 Rogue that is walking by us. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That was very nice of that young lady. Let us head this way, this direction of the at war with the Scarlet Crusade. Let's go ahead and knock out this Dark Hound. But yeah, I loved the Shaman class from the beginning of time to the end of time. That's going to be my favorite class of all time, hands down. Just the elemental aspect of summoning lightning is so cool to me. And then, I mean, there's not really specifically one class nowadays that I do not like. I love all of the classes nowadays. Back during this time, during Classic, I absolutely sucked with, and probably still suck with Hunter. Well, it's not that I suck with Hunter. It's more of I don't find hunters that intriguing. And I don't play with Rogue either. Rogue is not super difficult, but getting the right combos in, getting the right poisons in, it's a little more tricky. I love the Druid class, even though it is probably the most difficult class difficult class to play in Classic or Vanilla back in the day. And I'm getting to this day, it's still one of the more difficult classes to play with, to find the right spec, the right specialization for yourself. It's a little more difficult, but it's still a lot of fun. The Druid has those 4 different forms that you could go with. You could go with the Boomkin, where you like a little owl-like creature. You have the cat form, where you're actually like a cat, a panther, and you're going around clawing at the creatures. You have a bear form, again, clawing at it, but it's more tankish. It tends to be a lot more bulky than the cat form. The cat is like very sneakily trying to go around killing people. And then there's the later on, well, in retail, there's a thing called the tree form, where you become an actual tree and you go and can heal people. But there's your fourth form right there. And there's also just your regular form as a healer. Let's go ahead and try to knock this quest out at a decent pace. There is our Captain Perrin that we need to kill. Let's go ahead and drink up our water, and then we'll try to go against the Captain Perrin. We're that much closer, guys. We're that much closer to being level 10, and we can get our first spec. I am so looking forward to that. So now we could actually pretty much leave right now if we wanted to. But let's go ahead and try to knock her out real quick. Good news is that we got that nice little frost armor, might slow attacker. So we had the chance to run away, which we did. We're going to run back this way so we can go loot Mr. Captain Perrin. And then we might just go ahead and kill this other person just so we can loot that other person. So that's excellent news. I just realized we should have kept that linen so we can go and continue to level up our linen. Or tailoring. I don't know why I threw away that other linen. So now we can actually go ahead and level up our tailoring guaranteed with this. Or we can make 3 pants and have the chance to level up 3 different times. With the orange again, is guaranteed that we will up to level 41. Guaranteed. If we do the linen pants, we don't have as good of a chance to level up. But we can level up 3 different times because it's only taking 1 linen. So, do we risk that chance? Personally, I am considering it. So, excellent news. 13 more copper to our total. 8 more copper right there. So, again, we'll be getting 3 silver from completing this quest. So we're actually up to 9 silver and 70 copper, which is pretty exceptional for our level. Quite happy with that level. Or that amount of money is more of. Let us head up this way. It is 7 o'clock in the evening here in 7 o'clock in the evening here in Indiana, here on the eastern coast of the U.S. I hope everyone's having a great evening, a great morning, a great afternoon. I don't know the specifics of who is watching these videos, but I hope you're having a great day. And like I talked about in the previous video, I am hoping everybody stays safe. And from here on out, until we get this coronavirus completely and utterly under, well, not completely under control, but we start to turn things around, and that we are showing signs that as a society, as the world as itself, that we are able to make it where we have some control of the coronavirus. I probably will be not worried, but I want you guys to all be safe. So I might every other video, or I might try to maybe at least like once a week when I make a video, talk to you guys and see if you guys are staying safe. I hope everybody's staying safe. In the previous video, which this will probably be my last time talking about it, I have shown signs of the COVID, and I am, again, worried to an extent, but the symptoms are not heavily when it comes to me having the COVID. I have some chest pains, I got lightheadedness, there's moments where I do have a fever, which right now I kind of have, like, my forehead feels a little bit hot, but overall I do feel a little bit better. Well, I can't say I feel better, but I'm not, I'm not specifically hurting. I'm not, like, so weak or feeling sick that I'm just, like, I can't move, I can't do anything. So, I'm not that ill. So, I'm not feeling ill, but I'm feeling well. So we're up to 9 silver and 68 copper. We just spent 2 copper to repair our items. Let us head up this way to go against some of these grave robber people, and hopefully by that time we will actually hit. By the time we complete that quest, we will hit level 10. I'm not too. I'm not certain if we will hit level 10 while we're up here, but we'll at least go and get. We'll try to at least get 1, if not 2, quests up here done, and we'll be able to that much closer to having our chance to level up. Grr, fresh meat. I'm surprised he's not running away. Okay. So they have a chance that when we kill them, that they're going to drop their ichor. So like this guy did not specifically drop it. Let's go ahead, come over here and level up or get our bolt of linen made. Yep, with it being green, I did not expect us to actually level up because it was green. Let us go against this little rot hide gnoll. Let us go here. Uh-oh. That's fine. I wish we would have had... We had a little bit more breathing room, but this is not too big of a deal. We need to go against some mongrels. We gotta go against grave robbers. We have to get some ichors from all these gentlemen. Let's go ahead and sit down and drink a little bit of water, or conjured water, I think is what they call it. Conjured water. We'll go ahead and go over here to the doomweed to pick that up after we drink our water and we get our buffs up. Pop and boom. Let's go ahead and pick up this doomweed. we'll actually go back over that way to pick up that other doom weed. Oh, there's another doom weed. So we need a total of 10 of them. So the doom weed are going to be spread throughout all this area a lot because we need 10 of them total. There goes a mage, level 8 mage. He is heading to this little farm up here. Wow, I'm surprised he's not wanting to kill that guy. Okay. We're doing 5 mongrels, 8, and we get 8 ichor, and we need to get 8 grave robbers for the specifics of which ones we need to kill. There's a mongrel right there. We need 5 of them. And a little bit of a poke with staff. And I look forward to actually leveling up our enchanting so then we can learn to make wands, which is going to be a lot quicker than us poking the creatures with a staff. It's going to go whop, whop, just like a wand in Harry Potter, for an example. Let us go this way. That is fine and dandy by me. I'd rather much go and not have picked up that shield. 1, 2. Oh, we did hit the 41 mark. Okay. I was kind of expecting that. How many did we make? We made like 7 or 8 of them, and we finally hit a level, one level with us making those bolts. That's just how very little we will level up when you, or I recommend doing the yellows and the oranges than doing the greens just for that specific reason. That's a brown, it's an orange brown, it's kind of a weird tone when it comes to that. Anyways, we need to kill 3 more of these guys, and we still need to get we still need to get 2 more of their ichors still too, so we need to go and kill him. Now goes our 4th member of the Wrought Hide Mongrel. I think there was a nice little imp behind me, so that means there is a warlock around here somewhere. There he goes. Or she goes. Let us see here. There's a mongrel right there, like what I was talking about. Center of 8. There is our 5th and final one that we specifically need to go against. So now we have to go and try to find members to get we need to get these 2 things of Doomweed, and that would put us at our 6 out of 10 that we need. We still need to go and kill 6 more grave robbers. That's a null hide, or just a null hide, so we don't need specifically anything from them other than the ichor. Oh, here we go. Here is a nice little Doomweed. Let us see here. Where is some more doomweed? We gotta look around trees. Gotta look around all sorts of places. Let's go against this grave robber after we get this doomweed. So that would be our 8th out of 10. That much closer. Yeah, I highly recommend picking up multiple quests just for this example right here. Just for the simple fact that we able to pick up the Doomweed, we're able to get that quest done, along with we can do the Grave Robber quest too. 9 and 10. So we are done with that. Again, we're just looking specifically Grave Robbers now. Looking for specifically Grave Robbers. We need 5 more Grave Robbers and we will complete another quest. And that is going to be huge for us. Grave Robber right here. Excellent news. Here is our 4th one. Straight ahead right here is another little Grave Robber. Let's sit down and drink some water. Speaking of water, I actually do need to drink some water throughout the evening tonight. While I stream, I'm going to drink plenty of water. Not just specifically the thing called coffee. I'm going to actually drink some water. I need to find... Again, we need to find... 3 more Grave Robbers. Hopefully we can find them here sooner than later. We find null hides, or nulls, but we're not seeing our much needed Grave Robbers. There we go. So there's other people that we could join. We could join this little group because they are looking for Grave Robbers too. So we gotta be considerate and can think about joining them with their group. But they are probably shucks. That's all good. There's a Grave Robber right here. So we're okay. We're doing well. Again, they're going to go a lot more quickly. That gives us a chance to just seek out other people to kill in the meantime. Plus, they are probably that much closer to being done than us, so we might actually already be done because they're not venturing this way, which I'm surprised. That's another thing I would recommend is brand new players. I would definitely recommend considering joining that group because you had a hunter, you have a warlock, and you can go and join them, and 3 of you can knock out quests quite quickly comparatively to me doing this by myself. It goes that much quicker. So, yes, I know you cannot carry anymore. That is fine and dandy by me. Let's go ahead and make 2 more of these tailoring items, known as linen and bolts. So again, we can make 3 of these white linen robes, which we can go and increase our enchanting because we can disenchant these chests to get some more dust and the magic essences. Or we can increase our tailoring with this to try to get to 45. But I love the idea now that I'm talking this out of doing this instead, where we get the linen robes instead.
They'll all be mine in the end.
Oh, we're so close, guys. Should, and we might hit the big level 1-0 once we get this other quest done. Hopefully. With plenty of time for us to go into detail. We got plenty of time for us to go into detail for each specialization of the talent tree, what they can help with you, what can hurt you, so on and so forth. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and go inside here, which is where our Grave Robbers quest will be completed at.
That better be good.
So again, it shows a specific amount of money that you can make. 23 copper with the details, 23 copper or 30 copper. So this actually makes more money than the mail. So sometimes the mail won't always be more than your boots. So the boots are actually more. So we will go ahead and get the boots. There is our level, guys. That is our level 10. That is huge for us. Huge. In which we will talk in major detail once we get some stuff taken care of, where we get quests like this. The Prodigal Lich. So right here, they already specifically want you to go into Undercity from what I see. You may find Belor in Magic Quarter of the Undercity. So, that is quite cute. Let's go ahead and go over here. We gotta get some more quests, and then, like I said, we will definitely go into detail for each class, the class specifics of the specialization for our class here in a minute. I just want to go and get our quests. Here is our Mage quest. Like what I talked about, every 10 levels, you will get probably a quest for your class specifically. This one is wanting us to go to Undercity to start our quest line for our Mage. So that is quite cute. Before we do so, we are going to go ahead and leave Brill, or we're going to leave the Inn of Brill, and let's go into our talents. So, like what we have talked about, you have the Arcane spec. So, when it comes to Arcane, our moves are Arcane Intellect, right here, which increases our Intellect. Arcane Missiles, which does 25 damage every second for 3 seconds. So you're looking at 75 damage over those 3 seconds. Conjure Food and Water, making it where we can heal ourselves with mana and our health. And Polymorph, which we can go and sheep people so that way they don't attack us if we're low on health and we can run away. And here is a talent tree for Arcane. Here is Fire. We have specifically only really Fireball and Fire Blast. And then we have Frost, which we have Frostbolt and Frost Armor. Let's go ahead and go back inside real quick. Let's see what skills we can learn at level 10. And then we will go into more detail as to what each specialization. We just learned Conjure. We can learn Conjurer Water rank 2 for 4 silver. Be very specific and be very cautious when leveling up certain moves because they're going to cost you more money. Like this, for example, 6 silver for rank 3 Fireball. 6 silver, that's a lot of money. And that is going to cost you a pretty penny. Because we have only 14 silver, we're going to be down to 8 silver just learning 1 level. So, 1 skill. So, be very careful and be cautious of learning certain spells. So, if you think about this, we're looking at 3 moves at level 10. And that would be 12 silver of our 14 silver. So, we're down to 2 silver. So, do we want to have a specific spell that we want to learn? Most likely, we want to learn our water, Conjure Water, so we can have more improvement of mana per second and how much we're going to get over time. So let's go ahead and get Conjure Water because, again, it's going to be a better water for us. Let's go ahead and get rid of this one. Right now, our water is giving us only 151. This will give us more water that is going to be better over time, 436. So that will actually get us all of our water back instead of holding having to drink multiple waters with that previous Conjure Water rank 1, this will give us a lot more health, a lot more mana per second than that. So that's what I recommend. Let's go back over here. And again, we don't have any other spells for Arcane. Our fire is not until level 12. So, do we want to go and spend another 4 silver, total of 8 silver for these next 2 moves? This will increase our armor by 110. That's an extra 80 armor. That is quite nice, but our money is not in the best situation. This, on the other hand, will help us freeze the targets on... This freezes... Well, let's read this right here. Blast enemies near the caster for 19 to 21 frost damage and freezes them in place for up to 8 seconds. Damage may interrupt the effect. So that is a huge spell for being a beginner, because instead of having 3 or 4 creatures come at you, you can freeze them all in place, you can put one in polymorph, or you can just run away in general if you have that many people attacking you. If you have 2 people, you can polymorph one, attack the other after you Frost Nova both of them. Much, much better. So we will go ahead and do the Frost Nova. We're going to hold off on doing the Frost Armor as a new person, just because, yes, increasing your armor by an extra 80 instead of 30 is going to be nice, but I got to be cautious with my money because we only have so much money to spend. So, we have just learned Frost Nova rank 1. We're going to move this down here. So that way, whenever a creature comes at us, we can freeze it in place, we can back up, we can Frost Nova, or Frost Bolt, start burning the creature down slowly but surely. So, back to the details of our class, in our class specialization. So, each talent tree you're going to put, if you put a point right here for an example, Elemental Precision reduces the chance the opponent can resist your fire and frost spells by 2%. So if we clicked that, it would increase our chance, or reduce the chance that our opponent, our people who are trying to target with our spells by 2%. It reduces that chance that they can resist it. And once you put 1 point, you have the 0 of 3, you will have 1 of 3 once you put 1 point in that. So then you can get up to 6% chance of reducing the chance that your opponent will resist your fire and your frost spells. That is quite helpful. And each talent tree at each spot has this own unique way of putting points in it. So for example, if you wanted to, you could go put 1 point here at level 10. You can point a point right here. You can put a point right here. You can just put talent points anywhere and everywhere. But I would recommend going down a whole talent tree till you get to the very end, because in the end, you get specific moves that are going to be huge for you. This is an example. Instantly shows you absorbing 438 damage, lasts 1 minute. While the shield holds, spells will not be interrupted. So instead of when that Dark Hound was attacking us and we're having to recast Fireball, if you had that Ice Barrier on, you can just keep casting Fireball. You don't have to worry about being interrupted as long as the shield is up. And then here's Combustion. When activated, the spell causes each of your fire damage spells to hit, increases your critical strike chance with fire spells by 10%. This effect lasts until you have caused 3 critical strikes with fire spells. It's an instant cast. It's a 3-minute cooldown, and so you have to crit 3 different times before this thing will not go in casting anymore. The spell will reset, and that's when the cooldown will start. Is after the spell is gone. And so here's one of the best spells as a fire mage is Pyro Blast. Hurls an immensely fiery boulder that causes 141 to 287 fire damage, and an additional 56 fire damage over 12 seconds. Here's another one, Blast Wave, which dazes the target, doing 154 to 186 damage. Here is the Arcane. When activated, your spells deal 30% more damage while costing 30% more mana to cast. This effect lasts 15 seconds. So, this is where it is up to you as a person. Where do you want to specifically put your points in? Because personally, I am going to be different because I am not brand new to this game. I've been playing World of Warcraft for the past, goodness gracious, 16 years. 15, pretty much 15 years actually. It was about 15 when I started. So, me as a person, I might go either fire or arcane because I have more experience. I am not as concerned about dying, and I know how to cast certain moves at a certain time. And so, in time, you guys will get better at this class, or your classes, and there's certain specializations that are going to be good for you as a new player that will help you until you get used to your class, used to playing World of Warcraft, that eventually there's more strategical specializations. Again, fire and arcane are a little more cost efficient for mana cost. Like this, with this move right here, arcane power, you're going to have your damage increase, but your mana cost of your moves are going to be that much more expensive. And fire is going to take a long period of time. It's going to take you... The Pyroblast is a 6-second cast. And this is a 2-second cast. Frostbolt is a 1.8 cast. That's going to be like your most... That's like your main move as a Frost class. The Frost specialization is... That's your one of your main moves is the Frostbolt. If you go down this whole tree line, it's going to be talking about Blizzard. Actually, it's like another good move. This, when it comes to Frost, is something I would highly recommend to new players because you can kite people around. You can make it where they can never ever get to you specifically. They're going to have to take forever and a day just to slowly and surely make it to you because this makes it where it reduces their movement speed. So I highly recommend it to anybody that's new to World of Warcraft to go that way. We need to go to the Magic Quarter. I don't know where I'm going. I didn't know where I was going. Now I do. But I do recommend it to new players, and there's a part of me that wants to go to this talent tree. It sounds quite intriguing to a certain degree. Here's another good move for ice, or for frost. You become encased in a block of ice, protecting you from all physical damage, physical attacks, and spells for 10 seconds. But during that time, you cannot move or cast spells. So it's good. It has its pros and its cons, but overall, you're saving yourself from dying. There goes a troll of some sort. Looks like kind of maybe a troll warlock, possibly. But I might consider going arcane or fire. Let me look over. We'll look over more details about. So let's go upstairs. I think is where we need to go. Yes, we do. The Lich's identity. Bring the Lich's spellbook to Better Ice Shard in Undercity. In the Undercity. For 1 silver and 75 copper. Let us go over here to talk to Miss Anastasia.
Wow. Victory for Sylvanas.
The Balner Farmstead. Go to Balner farmstead in the eastern Trizafal Glade. In the garden are flowers, snapdragons. Gather these in return. And so here is your first quest as a mage, a level 10. All classes will get a specific quest that they want. That for each class at level 10, they're going to get specifically a class quest. In this one right here, she's wanting us to bring snapdragons, bring Balner snapdragons to Anastasia, and in turn, we will be able to choose one of these rewards. We can either get this spell or the staff, one intellect and one spirit, or we can get this offhand, one spirit. You get 80 to 240 mana. And that's where another thing I wrote, it's something that it's up to you as a new player if you can get used to it. I personally have never got used to use items. So when it comes to that quest, what I would recommend if you were to be a new player and you went ahead and said, let's go ahead and get that, because that is a good amount of mana that you right click on the item, that orb, and it'll instantly restore anything from 80 to 240 mana, and all of a sudden you're back up. If you're down to 200 mana, you use it, you can get back up to that 440 mana just like that. You could be doing it could be in the middle of a battle. It could be after the battle, and you're wanting to get your mana up that much quicker. That's an excellent item, and it's a 30-minute cooldown. That is a good amount of time, but that's still quite a good item. But I personally have never been good at it. So what I would recommend, if you were to go and say, if you were like, okay, let's go ahead and get this orb, and this will be for your offhand. You cannot use a two-handed weapon if you were to pick this. If you were to use this, if I were to pick the arcane orb, I can't use the executor staff. I would have to go and try to get a sword. I'd have to get the specifics of what my class can use for weapon-wise. I can use staves, I can use wands, I can use unarmed. So, I have never been good with use things. But if I were to pick this offhand, what I would want to do is right here where the action bar is that we've been putting all of our moves, I would put the orb right here, so once the cooldown's done, I can just click on it as soon as I need it, and instead of having to click on your character or push C, then push the orb in the character thing, you can just push it right here on the action bar. Just like that, you're able to use your mana, that orb, and it's just that much easier as a new player to have it on your action bar. But again, I, as a person that I've never been good at use stuff, that use arcane orb, I probably would forget all about it. Even if I were to have it here on the action bar, I still would forget about it. So I will be going with the staff, just because it is something that I don't have to worry about using, and it increases my intellect and my spirit comparatively to my actual weapon that doesn't do any of that. Okay. With that being said, as a new player, what I would recommend, let's look at each slot when it comes to Frost, because again, I would recommend it more than the others because these are going to be more difficult as a new player to be in these ones, because their mana cost is going to be expensive. Your survival rate is not nearly as high. So I am going to go with probably improved fireball, reducing the cast time of my fireball by 0.1. Getting all 5 ranks will reduce by 0.5. So that'd be a 1.5 cast time instead of 2 seconds. There's also this one. Gives gives your fire spells a 2% chance to stun the target for 2 seconds. Doing it 5 times, you have a 10% chance. That is a pretty significant chance, because right now, this is 0%. I have 0 chance to actually stun the target in place, or stun the target in general. So that's a pretty decent one. But, with that being said, as a new player, that right there is quite huge as a new player. That the elemental precision, even as a fire, arcane spec, in either of those cases, this is pretty key. 6% chance to reduce their chance of resisting my attacks. I might consider actually going that at first. This is another good one for, again, improved Frostbolt. Reducing it by 0.5 if you get all 5 points in that. You're looking at 1.3 cast time versus, again, this spell being a 6 second, this being a 2 second, a 1.3. That is excellent casting time. So these two I would highly recommend putting points in. You know what? I had thought about this when I was talking to you guys about the talent trees. And again, I'll be a new player with you guys. Let's all be a new player. I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and reduce the chance that our opponent can resist our frost and fire spells by 2%. That's what I would recommend. That's what I recommend. Either way, in any circumstance, I don't want to be like Asmongold and have you guys specifically go and do what I am saying. Don't ever do that, ever, as a person. Don't follow a person's footsteps in every single way. Be unique. Stand out and do your own thing. Hell, go and put points in this one right here. Reduces your target's resistance to all spells by 5 and reduces the threat caused by arcane spells by 20%. So you're looking at 10. Reduces the target's resistance to all your spells by 10 and reduces the threat caused by arcane spells by 40%. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do this one next to it. Reduces the chance that your opponent can resist your arcane spells by 2%. That's actually pretty exceptional. You can go and get to 10%, that the chances that they can't reduce it or that they can't resist it. Along with this, getting a 10, that's pretty exceptional talents right there. Go and do the having a 100% chance that the person can't interrupt your arcane missiles. That's pretty exceptional too. Have some fun. Try out different specs. Try out different talent tree points. I highly recommend having some fun. Don't follow everybody's word of exactly what to do. I'm just showing and telling you from my experience of what I would recommend as a player, brand new player. I don't want to be like Asmongold and make it like go and put a point in this where it reduces your chance to have your opponent resist your attacks. Do that right now. Click. No, don't do that. I'm not going to be Asmongold and be a total dick. I'm not doing that. That's stupid. Really? No. I want you guys to have some fun. Go put it in whatever talent tree you want. But as a new player, this is something I would recommend is to have where you're having a chance to have your spells. Your opponent won't be able to resist it as much. Now that you have put a point in this elemental precision, something that you could do. But there's so many different ways of going about this. Since we're here in Undercity, we are looking at getting rest bonus while we're here. I'm going to go ahead and end this video here shortly. And we're going to, in the next video, we'll continue to make our way through the World of Warcraft. Also, when it comes to the talent tree, I never did talk about this. Here's shows requires 5 points in Frost talents. So we are level 10. So you have to go 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. you have to put 5 talent points. You have to be level 14 for you to go to the next level right here. So for me to go and improve my Frost Nova, reducing the cooldown of my Frost Nova by 2 seconds, I have to put 5 points somewhere in here in these general 3 slots. I have to put 5 points in here in the Frost spot for me to go down to the next tier. 5 points in here in this tier to go to this tier. 5 points in this tier to go to this tier until you get to, I think, about 40. Then you can get your final talent tree point of the final talent tree point to get to the final move. So again, my focus right now is to be able to make it where I'm going to reduce my chances my opponent can resist my spells, is what my focus is as a new player. And so making it where I can have a 6% chance to reduce that is going to be huge. That's making it where there's only a 94%. That's still pretty exceptional. And then we'll probably go improve Frost Nova, maybe. We might consider doing this instead. Gives your chill effect a 5% chance to freeze the target for 5 seconds. We might do this one instead. Increases the critical strike damage bonus of your frost spells by 100% if you were to put all your points in that. Increases the duration of your chill effect by 1 second and reduces the target speed by an additional 4%. There are so many good things about the Frostback that I recommend, and we will continue to work on together. Let's go ahead and log out. And that is our time with this video, guys. In the next video, we will continue to work on our Mage. We will go ahead and go to that area, the Balner Dragon Snap, and get that Dragon Snap, and we will go and get an improved staff for us to have intellect in our spirit. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I do recommend hitting that like button. It would help out the channel significantly so we can have a bigger community for World of Warcraft, Pokemon, wrestling, basketball, life in general as a group. Is going to be a lot of fun as time goes on. More reacting videos, more live streams, a lot more live streams here in the coming weeks. With that being said, guys, I'm going to go end this video right here, and we'll see you guys later.